Hey everyone, Tough Monkey here again, just getting in a few cheeky practice laps at Todd Road. So, the World Championships starts 11 PM tonight, GMT. In my last video I looked at karts, upgrades and apparel. In this video we're going to look at the setup of your kart and the lines around Todd Road. And since that last video, when I was suggesting that CRG, the Beerten and the Kart Republic were the best karts to go for, I've been playing with the Monaco, and as it turns out, it's that little bit quicker. So forget everything I said in that last video, go with the Monaco. Now, normally I don't tend to do warm-up sessions for big events. They're usually over a couple of laps, whereas the main event itself is over 5 or 6 laps. In that time, conditions have changed, you're using a different type of tyre. For example, in the warm-ups you're using the super soft, but in the main event you're using the super soft longs. But, for the purpose of this video, to help you guys out, I've been comparing a few different combinations. I've looked at the power finger exhaust, I've looked at the Firebird exhaust, I've looked at cool tyres, I've looked at warm tyres, and I've looked at shifting the balance of the pressures from front to rear. So, let's have a look at how we get on. So, despite all that tinkering, it was still very close. Also, for the record, while my fastest time came from the Firebird with 9.4 for the front, 9.45 for the rears, my fastest individual laps, both first and second, came when using the power finger with 9.4 at the front, 9.45 at the rear. I just couldn't string them both together. Okay, so let's have a look at my fastest run in a bit more detail. I'm using warm super softs here, and I'm using 98 fuel. I've got 1.8 litres of fuel left, so that's half a tank. You can get 4 runs out of the tank in a 2-lap race at Todd. And I'm using higher pressures at the front than the rear. This should give me better turning on the faster corners, such as the first and last corners at Todd. At no point during the warm-ups have I played with the seat settings. The height and the position of the seat can really make a massive difference to the handling of your kart. Rest assured, I will be playing with those settings when the main final gets underway. Okay, here we go, a couple of fast laps at Todd. From the start, get over to the right hand side, get a couple of wheels onto the grass, swing it round in a nice arc, keep the speed up, start to make your way across the track and don't leave your braking too late for the chicane. You can run out onto that white strip there, keep tight here and then run out wide, and it's all about managing your speed and keeping it tidy through here. Keep the revs up, keep a nice smooth line, early turn into this right-hander and then keep it tight through the left-hander, run it out wide and open up the steering, get that speed up as soon as you possibly can. Flat out through the left-hander here and then the tricky section. It's all about managing your speed. It's uphill all the way, so you've got to keep the revs up. Try and keep it as tight as possible, but don't let those revs die and don't let the wheels slide. And then the leap of faith into the final corner. It can be taken flat, but it's so easy to get it wrong. Quite often you'll need to do a confidence lift. Early brake and turn in into the first corner, keep the speed as much as you can, keep it right and then start to work your way over to the left hand side, tight through the chicane, keep the speed up, run it out wide, and then again it's the tight section, managing the speed, keeping the revs up, keeping it smooth, don't let the kart slide around. Early turning for the right hander, early turning for the left hander, then open up the steering, increase the revs, get the speed up as soon as you can, then flat out through the left hander, again into the tricky right uphill section. So difficult to get this right. Don't hit the curb on the left hand side, let it run out, plenty of curb to use there, and then once more into the leap of faith and then nail it to the finish line. And that was my fastest attempt at the warm-up for the World Finals. I've barely scratched the surface with seat settings, so I've got plenty more time hopefully to come. But this was just the warm-up. From here on in, it's the World Finals. It's no longer a sprint, it's an endurance. 6 laps. Trying to get 6 laps of Todd nailed perfectly. That's where the challenge is, and that's why, when the dust settles, you'll have your new world champion. Okay, it's over to you guys now to go out there and do your best times. Good luck.
Okay, we've crashed.